hata hapa Murang'a amemwambia vijana wengine hapa watagereza kahwirubaro, watu wajifiche hapo, wanajifanya hawataki Kasongo, lakini ni watu ya Kasongo na ni wheelbarrow ya Kasongo. Mutakubali watu ya Murang'a?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is one thing that we have all been talking about, more so in regards to the politics of the Mount Kenya region. Yesterday, confirming our greatest fear was the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who confirmed to the public that President William Ruto had planted moles within the Mount Kenya region so that they would run for the presidency in the year 2027 and divide the Mount Kenya region votes. And more so, he pointed out two figures, that is the current governor of Murang'a County, Irungu Kang'ata, and the current member of parliament of Kiharu, Ndindi Nyoro, who have been going out all the time, calling out President William Ruto and playing out the politics of exposing the dirt in the government, yet they don't align with any affiliation either with the government nor with the opposition. Now, after Rigathi Gachagua went ahead to hear his fears about these young men who are being used by William Ruto yesterday to go ahead and mislead the people of the Mount Kenya region on the plan of splitting the Mount Kenya votes come the year 2027, another person has currently and just as of today confirmed something that we all feared. You know, Ndindi Nyoro, that we can't refute. He is a young man that has a lot of influence in the Mount Kenya region, and his understanding of economy is something that Kenya has been looking for a very long time, since President Mwai Kibaki left power as the president of the Republic of Kenya. So Kenya needs somebody like Ndindi Nyoro to move it forward. But can Ndindi Nyoro move this country forward with the wrong affiliations? No. And most of the people in the Republic of Kenya are looking forward to have a path laid out for them in the year 2027 on the right candidate that they will vote, more so from the united opposition. But Ndindi Nyoro hasn't in any way involved himself with the united opposition, which left Kenyans guessing that he is a project of President William Ruto. Now, confirming that Ndindi Nyoro is a president of William Ruto is none other than the Mathira member of parliament, WAMUMBI. And I want to quote him out clearly on what he had to say today. He says, please, I'm not looking to be president in 2027. I will vie for the presidency in 2042. Wale mnatafuta hiyo kiti muachane na mimi, mpigane na your competitors. Kwa sasa William amalize yake 10, Ndindi Nyoro afanye yake 10, alafu niingie kwa uwanja. Muachane na mimi kabisa. Blessed Sunday afternoon. And now listen, this is a support of President William Ruto, I mean, giving us hints that Ndindi Nyoro will vie and serve his 10 years in power. Yet Ndindi Nyoro has been all out attacking President William Ruto and exposing the dubious debt of the current regime of the Republic of Kenya. Now tell me how this one is a coincidence. Let me tell you the plan, and I have said it again and again, and allow me to lay it out for you. The politics of the Republic of Kenya, only William Ruto has ran for one time and won. For the first time, and he won. Only Mzee Jomo Kenyatta became a first-time president. But Kenyatta was appointed by the colonial government. But the other presidents that we are going to elect via our constitution since the 1992 elections have all and to go through a certain patch of losing election first and then being elected. More so, I'm speaking about the Kikuyu presidents. In 1992, Mwai Kibaki ran for the presidency under his Democratic Party, the DP party. Then Mwai Kibaki was a project of Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Though Kibaki was so openly criticizing Daniel Moi, he knew his running would slim the chances of Kenneth Matiba winning the 1992 election. Because Kenneth Matiba, if it's not that Kibaki came in to divide the votes of the Mount Kenya region, Kenneth Matiba would have beaten Daniel Moi in the 1992 election, because I mean, he became number 2, and there was a rumor that the votes of Kenneth Matiba were stolen by Moi under Ford Kenya. Kenneth Matiba became number 2, Kibaki became number 3, and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga became number 4 in that election of the year 1992. Now, Kibaki losing in the year 1992, he came to vie 10 years later in the year 2000 and what? 2002. And that is when Kibaki became the president. But in 2002, another candidate was also vying, and that was Moi's project under KANU party. That was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, then a young man looking to fill the shoes of Daniel Moi. But Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta lost, though he was meant to divide the votes of Mount Kenya so that Mwai Kibaki wouldn't win the election. Then Kibaki won the election, but Uhuru lost. And 10 years later, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta came to vie in the year 2012. Now here is where these dynamics play out. History is something that treats us to surprises sometimes. Ndindi Nyoro is set to vie for the presidency in the year 2027. It's not a coincidence that you see Ndindi Nyoro attacking the government and trying every day to prove a point of how the government of William Ruto is so incompetent. It's because Ndindi Nyoro has a laid out plan. In 2026, the beginning of 2026, Ndindi Nyoro will declare his candidacy for presidency, and he will have a candidate. He will have a new party that will be funded fully by the government of William Ruto. Tuko pamoja. And Ndindi Nyoro knows he can't win in the year 2027. But what he wants to make is a trial, being the project of William Ruto. Remember, I have told you Mwai Kibaki was the project of Daniel Moi in 1992. Uhuru was the project of Moi in 1992. Now Ndindi Nyoro will be a project of Ruto in 2027. And that is where they plan to divide the votes of the Mount Kenya region. And after dividing the votes, Ruto will win. Now come the year 2032, Ndindi Nyoro will run for presidency then. And William Ruto will endorse him for presidency. Tuko pamoja. That is the promises and that is the game they are playing. Remember, you cannot defend Ndindi Nyoro on this because Ndindi Nyoro and William Ruto are co-partners in different business ventures. Ndindi Nyoro and William Ruto are the biggest shareholders of the Kenya Powerline Company, the KPLC. They are partners in the KCB Bank. They have invested there, Ndindi Nyoro and William Ruto. So Ndindi Nyoro is an advisor to William Ruto on matters investment. So don't expect the current camaraderie that Ndindi Nyoro is trying to sell to us, that he and William Ruto are not in good terms, that is it. Eric WAMUMBI is sending us signals telling us that kwa sasa William Ruto amaliza yake 10, Ndindi Nyoro afanye 10, alafu niingie kwa uwanja. That tells you something. Somebody can't be fighting for your boss day in, day out and exposing him, yet you are out there yapping and saying that tutakupea kiti ya urais William Ruto akimaliza. Mtazamaji, it's high time you start now. How does they say in Kikuyu? Kutenganisha, separating the beans or the maize with the chaff or the dirt. Ni wakati wa kugundua viongozi ambao wako there for the betterment of the Mount Kenya region, or for the betterment of the republic, or those that are there to sell their own ideologies. And Ndindi Nyoro has been labeled #1 project of William Ruto in the Mount Kenya region. Subscribe na uniachie maoni yako kwenye comment section, mtazamaji.